speaker is Ingrid Barcena Roig from KU Leuven, and her talk is entitled FriGO Long-Term Archiving with iRODS in Action.
So thank you. Hi again. I promised to speak a little bit slower than this morning. And then parallel, it might be that I break 2 rules, more than 2 slides, and maybe going beyond the 5 minutes, but I hope not. So the idea is the talk this morning was a bit fast, and maybe that is wanted to show a little bit how this looks really from the perspective of a user when he's in the Mango project. So it's going to be showing some screenshots. I haven't done a live demo just to be sure that things were working, but it could have been that. So as a user, I connect into the portal. In the Mango portal, I go to one of my collections, in this case, the UGM2025 demo, and then I can click on the extra, so that's me, and the extra tab, and then I will be, if I have a cold storage, a FriGO project active, I am a member of a project, I will then be sent to this tab where I can start filling up all the metadata that's needed for submitting the data set. In this case, I will have to select a FriGO zone. If I have only one, so the system already choose the only project that I'm member of. But if I would be member from different projects, I will have a drop down where I can choose in which project I want to submit the data set. I will also have to submit, to provide a title. As you see, everything that has an asterisk is compulsory. And then later a license also, and eventually a lifetime. But both license and lifetime are already filled with a default value for 10 years is the minimum that KU Leuven asks in his policy. So, but I still can change it if I want longer or eventually less, because there are some reasons, some cases where we could allow it for less than 10 years. So after that, I can then, at the end of the screen is a bit longer with all the metadata, but for starting the process, I only need those, and then I can go further in the save metadata. Once this metadata is saved, then it's the data set passed to the FriGO area as in preparation, and then I can go to the lobby area. I'm still in Mango portal, where I can then see all the projects. The public is probably will remove, but now for the demo is there, and then I can choose the specific project where I want to. I selected before, and then I can go and see all my data sets that are in the in transit area in the lobby. As you look on the bottom, the data set that I just generated, the UGM dataset archive demo, is already there. It comes from the zone, because I can come from all the zones that we have. I can submit to FriGO, and when it was created, and it says that is starting, because the process is just starting. It is in processing. So you see always that if this is done as a user, as a normal user. After then I select the data set, I get back the form with all the metadata, and then I can complete, and I can eventually save and continue later, because I need to fix or search for a specific information to fill up the metadata. I can submit, or I could even discard and start over because I made a mistake. But if the data, all the metadata is properly, all the metadata compulsory, including, for instance, all the dataset author is correct, and you see the checkings, then I can continue and then press submit, and my dataset is submitted for approval. Then it is the status pass from starting to preparing, because now we are busy preparing the dataset and the packaging. So if I go back to the data set, I see that sometimes it's a very large data set. This can take long, and we will have a status, a progress bar that will show in which phase of the packaging the system is there. We are working on even more verbose and even give a report on possible issues. For instance, someone changed a file while the packages was running. You see already that so the package has been done, is ready for being archived, and ready to say really send it to FriGO. And then I also see already an estimation based on the price today of how much this could cost. At the moment, you see, we just are charging ice cubes, but in the future that will be, of course, euros. And then I can submit for approval, or even I could discard and start over. I already see, as you see, the arrow create metadata that I in the format that later on we'll see again. Then I submit, I can press submit for review. Then now I get, if I get back to my data set, I will see that my data set is waiting for approval by my project manager or responsible. And I see then that I have to wait. As a manager, I've received an email that there is a data set waiting for my approval. So I can go to the portal, and when I go to the portal, to this data set, you see that here I don't have the approve or reject, but as a manager, then I have an approve or reject. Then I can decide if I reject or I approve them. If I approve the data set for submission, then I see then later as a user that the data set now is waiting for approval of the RDM team. And again, as an admin, I can go to our console where we see all the data sets that are waiting for approval. We also receive an email every time that a data set is submitted. And then here I could eventually check the metadata and the arrow crate, or I can, if I see that everything is correct and everything seems, in that case, we are a little bit flexible in the metadata. It's not very rich, but we allowed it. Then I can approve it. At the moment that I approve, as a user, the user can go to the FriGO portal, and in the FriGO portal, we'll see the data set. The data set has disappeared from my in transit, now is in the archive and in the frozen area. And then I see that my data set has been archived, and I have different things that I can do. I always can check again, what is the retrieval price of, if I would like, I can retrieve the data set, or I can download also the metadata on the arrow crate because I want to export it or do something with it. And then just a final, if I have 1 second, I'll try to show then this arrow crate. You should still see my screen, I hope. I'm now in live in the Mango portal. So I can, we use an arrow crate viewer for showing the arrow crate JSON file. So I can check if this is a valid arrow crate, that all the metadata follows the arrow crate standards, but I can then browse. So I see the author, so I can get more information about who the author is. This is my ORCID ID, but then I can see the affiliation, eventually go I can go back to the data set, and then I can browse the data set. I can see that also there's the license in that case. I'm going back and then I want to see the data, so I can inspect and browse which data is contained in the Baggit. That's the Baggit format, and I can see that there are 2 folders, and in every folder there are different files, and eventually, and then I could go to the scans also, for instance. So that allow the user to explore and browse the data set before decides if I want to retrieve it, and I could eventually retrieve a data set, and then yeah, that's because we asked for some. So that's it. I'm gonna go back to my slides. You should see my slides soon. Yeah, that's the slides, and then finishing. So don't worry, it won't be that long. This morning I say that create figure takes a village, but actually it takes a community. So I want to add also that we got very inspired also for iRODS itself, but also for all the people in the community for doing all these things. So I also think is important to mention, and that's the last slide. Thank you very much.
All right. Do we have any questions? All right. No questions?
Clear.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.